Hello and welcome to another video on how to become a business consulting freelancer. So over the past couple videos, what I have done is to make a quick recap of the model one, getting started building a freelance consulting career. Okay, so understand the fundamentals, how consulting success looks like, as well as what are the type of projects you can be involved as a consultant, some productivity tips that help you to stand out. And when it comes to decision making, using something called the Eisenhower matrix. The model 2 is, so once you know the fundamentals, well, now it is time to getting started as a freelance consulting career, which is first identify your strengths and weakness, capitalize on your strengths, identify the type of working style, whether it's one-on-one, from specialized service, or training and teaching, and protect your business. Identify a niche, choosing or align yourself with an established platform, and they create an offer by simplify using a value statement, and then creating the scope of the work. So ultimately, when it comes to charge or price your service, you can do that hourly or retainer. The holy grail of all of this is to have recurring clients that allow you to grow and scale your business. So the way to do that is by using something called the value ladder, and to make you look much more professional, create is a service agreement. So when it comes down to put at practice everything that you have learned. So first, Jesus, sorry. So first is on the model 3, right? How to find and land high-paying consulting clients. Focus on your skill set, not necessarily building your portfolio, because you need to find clients organically. You have to do that process, or running ads. Different places where you can find your clients, whether it's Upwork, your existing network, or employment site. In any of those fields, you need to use something called CRM, customer relationship management, that allow you to keep track every interaction that you're having with any sell leads, prospect, or client, to build a long-lasting business relationship. So with this, then I look at some consultation tips that help you to stand out, such as show your face and remember that this is a numbers game, and some consultation sell tips that help you to land more additional clients, which is be an active listener, use speed, use solution selling process, as well as don't forget to add free value. And when it comes to this solution selling process, is first do the prospect journey. So qualify your clients. So do the prospect journey. So identify the right client for you. Then you qualify. Ultimately, you do a video or sales presentations to do even more fact finding. And if the client wants to go with you, great. You now send the proposals and add value. When it comes to the client and you to the negotiation or some objection that may arise, most of the time it'll boil down to time, budget, and value. And there are several ways that you can do to handle those. Once the client wants to work with you, it is important to secure the payments. So get the service agreement signed, secure the payment methods, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and then you start to offering your consulting service. So with this, when it comes to invoice client, you can go with or the online platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, or Freelancer, or you can issue your own personal invoice using as PayPal or Soho Books or QuickBooks. Okay, remember that the end goal of this. So once you know how to land and find, so when you know how to find and land clients, then you send the service agreement. You get the service agreement signed. You secure the payments, and you're starting to gain traction. Remember that the ultimate goal of this is to scale your business. And especially when you do that, you can, by integrating or adding to different clients from different sectors, that will diversify your income stream, which is something good, while also gain you perspective of different industry. Then you combine different skill set from different industry and provide more value for that. Remember that referrals is a key to growth as well. So focus is on over delivering a top quality product. Be creative to stand up. Don't forget to use CRM, as well as getting business leads uh, for your business. And remember to repeat this process. Okay, so you get business leads, you show them value, which is in this case here. Okay, like this. So you get some business lead, you show them value, build up your reputation, and repeat. Right? Business leads, show them value, build up your reputations, and business lead, and so on. And now when it comes to the section 4, which is the section that I'm going to talk about this, is especially when you're going to conduct a proper research as a consultant. Remember that data is something powerful. It can help you to inform, persuade, or reinforce your point of view. So especially when you're conducting a consulting research for a consulting project, it is important to identify is the source of this data. The most valuable data that come from the company, first-party data. Usually you have to sign an NDA agreement for that. And with that, you can see what they have done in the past, see how they have been performing, and from there, land your suggestion and recommendation. The other is the second-party data that come from trust sources. They're not anonymous. They have a great record of research report, peer review, and that kind of things. And then the third-party data, which the quality of the data cannot be 100% verified, so you can check who the author really is obfuscated, or perhaps is behind some paywall as well. And when it comes to conduct the research, see things from different perspectives. One, gather as much relevant information as possible. Remember to take notes and keep record of every source you obtain. Very, very important, which is something that I am applying to this. Okay, take notes and keep record of every source you obtain. So, for example, because I conduct a research with Shopify, a client contacted me because he has some issues to fix with Knox and their Knox application. So he wants me to help them, to help with them. Okay, all right, cool. So what happened is uh, even though that I am a web developer, when an experienced web developer with 5 years of experience, okay, I know nothing about Shopify. So what I did is just to conduct a research. Okay, so following is also these guidelines, as well as with the help of ChatGPT, because I'm using ChatGPT as my assistant to something called the XP programming. Okay, so the XP programming or extreme programming, I think is this. No, I mean it's the pair programming. Pair programming is this pair programming. So this is a development technique, okay, in the software where two programmers work together at a workstation. One of them is the driver, writes the code, while the other is the observer or navigator. So it is funny because in this pair programming, I'm using ChatGPT to be my observer and navigator while I'm focused is on driving. Okay, this is a great analogy of using this pair programming concept, right? So you have, in this case, since I am the driver here, because I know I have to do the thing, that's all. I have to do the thing. Yeah, because I have to do the thing. Uh, I have this companion, ChatGPT, to help me as the navigator. Okay, create a roadmap, for example, to learn more about the cross-border payment, which is a course that I did, and currently learning about it. Or, you know, or the Shopify. So what is Shopify as well? Or in this case, is with the how to conduct a proper research. Okay, so yeah, this is just integrating different fields uh, to, for example, to the business. So I'm integrating is the business here with the software development, as well as the AI with ChatGPT to provide more value to myself and ultimately to others. So okay, that's something great. By the way, I'm gonna explain that with the XP programming, with the pair programming. Pair programming, which this, let me reopen now here. Pair programming, which comes from um, um, a study of programmers using assisting AI tools such as GitHub Copilot found that while some programmers conceive an AI assisting as a similar to pair programming, in practice the use of such tools is very different in terms of programmer experience, with the human programmer having to transition repeatedly between driver and navigator roles. Exactly. That you have to repeatedly okay, transition between the driver and navigator role. But however, it can help you to move on. So this concept, okay, comes from rallies, but they don't mention or describe that. From rallies, right? So rallies or car rallies, exactly, car rallies, car rallies. Car rallies when you have the driver and the navigator. So the navigator is indicating his head to the driver where is should go. So giving that instructions to the driver. So the driver is only focused on the road. So okay. So remember, a quick recap here is that when it comes to conducted research, you have to see things from different perspectives and gather as much relevant information as possible. Okay, take notes and keep record of every source you obtain. Crucial. Evaluate the quality of those sources, as well as don't forget to circle back with the client or with yourself if you're conducting that research. In Polandes, described as a particularly roadmap that he took. Okay, so when he looked at a website, he looked at their website, okay, understand what make this company unique, so what are the offering, okay, understanding what they offering and all their products and service. So for example, a client, this Shopify client contact me, so I have to make and conduct a research on their products, okay, to understand what they offer, okay, in all the products and service, okay, and then start looking at the specifics, which is the category, pricing, the company's review, what makes this company unique. And then, so once you conduct that research combined with the first party data, you're going to look now at the competitor analysis to understand who the other players are in that industry. And from there, by taking notes on see what the other players are doing, what you can learn from them. Now, by you doing this keyword research, you can use keyword research tool outlines, whether it's from Google or any other website out there, to understand what's going on in that industry. And from there, on top of that, you're going to do some research to get up-to-date data from what's new, and ask yourself, okay, so everything that I have researched, what is most likely to work today? And that is, look at the regulation of that industry, how this industry is adapting to regulations, and where this industry is going. So, which is something that I conducted especially from the e-commerce, okay, to understand more about the e-commerce. So what is an e-commerce according to Amazon or Shopify, as well as the different actors involved in an e-commerce, whether it's the business, consumers, governments, and how they relate to each other. So for example, most common business model is the business to consumer, where you have online retailers like Amazon, Target, Walmart, online marketplace such as eBay, Etsy, subscription servers like Netflix, Spotify, and recently Twitter, now rebranded as X. Online travel and booking such as Airbnb, Expedia, Booking.com, as well as online ordering food and delivering service like DoorDash or Grubhub, Uber Eats. When it comes now to the business to business, you have things like online marketplace like Amazon, eBay, like Amazon e-business or eBay business, Alibaba, EDI, electronic data interchange, as well as you call it online portals for very large business to want to streamline their supply chains or procurement process, such as SAP Ariba Network or Walmart supply centers, wholesale manufacturers or wholesale e-commerce, business-to-business payment solutions. When it comes to consumer to business, you have freelance work, online survey, uh, crowdfunding, user-generated content, as well as reverse auctions. Now, from the government perspective, when it comes to the business, they offer things like public procurement portals, so business can bid on government contracts like the FBO, the Federal Business Opportunity on the US, or the UK Contract Finding Service. You have that, the public procurement portals, business registrations, tax filing and payment systems, permits and applications, such as food license or building permits, as well as international trade and custom clearance, such as electronic custom clearance or export declarations. And now for the consumers, the government to consumers, well, we have things like tax payment portals like the IRS or utility bills, payment of utility bills, driving license and vehicle registration. So, for example, the DMV on California, the Department Motor Vehicle in California. Okay, DMV, as well as the the DMV. So, for example, as well as in the passport applications. For example, the U.S. Department State, the U.S. Department State, the U.S. Department State, which is this, the U.S. Department State, the U.S. Department of State's Passport Service, okay, or the General Register Office in the UK. Okay, birth and death certificates ordering. This is something very, very interesting because places like the National Center for Health Statistics or on the US, right? Or the National Center for Health Statistics, which is great, or the UK government, the UK General Register Office. This is when you can see this kind of data, particularly the National Center for Health, National Center for Health Statistics is a very interesting website from the US, founded in 1960. Okay, where they show you, health statistics. It's very, very interesting, by the way. Very, very interesting. Sorry. So yeah, okay. So, and also I look at the consumers to government. So, for example, like online petitions, online donations, license permits. So, for example, fishing license or hunting permits, payment fines and fees. And with that, okay, then also look at the place that e-commerce take. Where and how does the e-commerce takes place? Well, the mobile commerce, the social media, or enterprise. Okay, and then I also look at the competitor analysis, okay, to understand who the other players are in that industry. Alibaba, eBay Business, IKEA, Amazon, Shopify, as well as a keyword research to understand what's going on in that industry. So for example, in the Shopify, you have Shopify website, Shopify theme, Shopify application, Shopify point of sales. Okay. Uh, in the Amazon, you have Amazon online shopping, Kindle, Alexa, Fire Stick, and then you have Alibaba here, Alibaba wholesale, Alibaba online shopping, AliExpress wholesale, Alibaba products, AliExpress online shopping, and then I have pending to up-to-date news. So once I conduct that research to gain more perspective about the e-commerce, at least to learn the fundamental of that, the concept and the type of e-commerce and the actors involved and how they relate to each other, okay? Uh, Now it is time to put that practice by creating a visually engaging presentation. So in this case, I won't do that. However, I should. Uh, but in this case, interesting. Yeah. hmm Yeah, but in this case, it's like, not right now. Not right now. Not right now because I'm focusing on first this Shopify clients and I prefer to over deliver in value with them. Okay. And I want to take things slowly, bro. Slowly, bro. Completely. Slowly. But progressive. Okay, so when it comes now to create this visually engaging presentation, the whole point of this is to show to your clients that you understand their goal and that everything that you have researched makes sense by showing them with different statistics, charts, show them the meaningful patterns that you are able to solve the problems, and it's ultimately to them if they want to hire you or not, and that you're not just another consultant that just do the bare minimum. Okay, so the client wants to know, hey, how do you came with that conclusion? And when it comes now to create this report, there are several things that you should do. First, before creating your report, you must know exactly what you're gonna put in there. First, second, put the most relevant data first because you don't want the client start to forget what the important thing was. And no one wants to sit at the presentation to find out at the end of that all the good stuff about it. So put the most relevant information first and then expand with different aesthetics and charts. And remember also that if you have recurring clients, it is important to have this templates that allow you to speed up that process. Okay, so okay, so all right. Now it's important to use also bar and graph because visualizations help people to make more informed decisions. And there's an interesting study conducted by the MIT neuroscientists at 2014 that they find out that the human brain can detect image scenes for as little as 30 milliseconds. So that's give you is so that legitimize your content much more by actually uh, show studies from different sources. So I also look at the different charts and bars that you can use. So for example, bar charts, great to show change over time or compared to different categories. Pie charts, they are great to make a part to a whole comparison with discrete or continuous data. They're not that good for uh, bigger data sets, but they're great for small data sets. Line graph, when you want to see time series relationship, okay, such as uh, trends, acceleration, deceleration, volatility. Area chart, which now allow you to represent three variables, uh, which is another time series relationship that use the line chart, but here with volume. And when it comes now to see the relationship between different data points, scatter plot is one graph. Where you can see is that relationship, that correlation. However, correlation doesn't mean causality, but that's a whole new different episode. And also the how do you put it? The mm, okay. So yeah. Um, so yeah, we're talking about the scatter plot and then the bubble chart. Okay. Where now bubble charts, well, again, allow you to display nominal or categorical data, which is a combo mix between the scatter plot and area chart, okay, that allows you to represent three variables. So, for example, time spent on the internet versus the age, and each bubble represents the female or male or the gender, right? Using a different colors. Also, a look heat map would allow you to display categorical data using intensity of colors that can be represented on a map or a table. When we talk about this categorical data, these are data that can be grouped into class or groups, right? Uh, so you have two type of it, nominal and ordinal. So the perspective here, when by looking at the data, is the inner order that has that data. So the data has an inner order, that's ordinal data, okay, ordinal categorical data, such as income brackets, senior or job seniority, like entry level, mid level, senior, C executive, health, poor, fair, good, very good, excellent, ratings 1 to 5, so customer satisfaction. And the other is the nominal data or nominal, yeah, nominal categorical data, which refer is data that doesn't have an inherent order. Okay, uh, so for example, genders, color, fruit, cards, eye color, and ethnicity, marital status, that kind of thing. So I also look at the geomaps that allow you to display different categories, that allow you to display data on a map. So, for example, the number of retail that a particular brand has on a city, on a state, on a country. Also look at the tables. This allows you to compare, for example, sales by sales representative, or where blogs views are coming from, as well as the waterfall to show performance over time, and then pictograph. Okay, so these pictographs would allow you to display statistic with icons, and after you know all of this data visualization, all of these graphs in their use case, okay, now it is time to know how you can show that in a visually engaging way, stay organized using different tools to leverage your report, whether it's Canvas to generate this report, or Google Trends to quote source, as well as Statista, even your own CRM analytics, Microsoft Excel. And when it comes to show this data, okay, make it easy to follow, see how others are formulating data, and show that you understand uh, especially here when you do this data visualization, show them in an organized way, compare that to benchmarks, don't lose after you present or use outdated source or outdated data, or forget to use precise numbers. So once you're going to present that, these are some communication tips for consultants. Okay. Um, these are some communication for consultants. Uh, First, break down complex topics. Especially, this is useful for people that don't hold a background and needs to look at your presentation. Okay. So, and if you have to rely on a lot of mumbo jumbo, industry mumbo jumbo, or industry jargon, uh, so break complex topics, show that you understand the goal, and avoid miscommunication, while also understand the client work habits and communication styles. Perhaps the client wants to get communicating is through Slack or email, or prefer to do some video conference as well. Uh, so keep track every interaction that you're having with that particular clients. Remember to be a team player and send brief updates on that. So if you want to build recurring clients, okay, which is the holy grail of business, so by using this A/B testing will allow you to do that. So this A/B testing, after all, this means you have the A, the unauthorized version, the original version of your test, and B, the treatment or the expected optimized version. And you can do many tests as you want. However, some best practice here to save you a lot of pain, travel, and money and time is do one test at a time. Do one test at a time. Test one variable. Okay. So for example, if you change is a paragraph on a landing page or the copyright content of an email, okay, so test one variable by making minor change so you can measuring and pinpoint back what drive more user retention or user conversions here. Also remember to split your test simultaneously. Split your test randomly, 50-50, and simultaneously, as well as before doing that test, decide on significance. Prioritize the test. So with that, remember to keep doing this A/B testing and measure over time. For example, so if you change the color theme of your application, okay, and you want to see the impact that it has on the user retention and the user conversion, and then 6 months later you change that to a different colors or a different gradient, and then 6 months later you change that as well. Remember to measure that. Okay, it's important to measure that progress and to create this consistent UI across your website or your application. So plan, do, check, and act is this. So that'll be all for this video. Okay, and from there, wish you the best. Take care. Bye bye.